Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them and they should get what they want. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story. Client wanted a refund for cake he didn't like, but he forgot about our contract. The second story. Annoying lady came to return her merchandise and said the owner would fire me, but she didn't know the owner was. The third story. I got mad at the customers who threatened me and kicked them out of the store. The first story is, ruined my wedding. I want my money back. I used to work at a small family-run bakery. The job was okay most days. If I finished up work early, I got chill and watched Netflix on the computer. Now we did catering, weddings, birthdays, and etc. Pretty much if you wanted a cake for the event, we made the cake. Weddings, of course, were a big seller. To get a wedding cake, you had to tasting, consultant, followed by your deposit and signing of the contracts. You had to sign 2 contracts. One stating this was or is the cake you want and you'll pay this amount, and one saying we had no responsibility for damages once the cake left our store, and all sales were final. We kept a copy and the customer was given a copy. This is important. In May or April, a lady I will call Biker Bride came in with her husband for their tasting. Everything went well. The owner and myself got the colors, flavor they wanted, design and everything. They sign the contracts, pay the deposits, and leave. They want a wedding cake 3-tier and a groom's cake. Now just to be sure that is what they want, we make a point to call a week before the wedding and go over the details again with the bride. Everything is good. My manager was very organized, so everything was written down, saved, printed, and put into the customer's personal folder. The day of the wedding comes and my manager and I have worked into the night to finish the cake. She was exhausted, so I told her to go home and I'll handle pickup. All the bride has to do is pick up the cakes. That's all. Pickup time comes and the bride walked in with like half her wedding party. The cakes are sitting out so she can see the work. BB, this isn't what I ordered. What is this? I didn't order this. Me, we went over this. Everything was made as you wanted. She had sent us pictures. Everything was perfect on the cakes. BB, no, this isn't what I wanted. The blue is too dark, and I didn't want this to be black. Now just to clarify, she wanted the groom's cake to have his biker logo on it. The design was of a flaming skull in black, red, orange, and white. The wedding cake was to be white and baby blue, made to look like a waterfall was cascading down the cake. We had done everything how she wanted. She said the black wasn't what she wanted. The skull looked scary, and we used the wrong color blue. I take a minute to pull her contact and even show her conversation she had with my manager over Facebook about the design. BB won't hear it. She starts crying and wailing in the shop. Her bridesmaid, who had been vaping the whole time, started yelling and cursing at me. Bridesmaid, you ruined her wedding. So lucky I'm a cake decorator and I can fix this mess you made. You call this a bakery? Trying to cheat her. I was a wreck by this point due to being up half the night to finish these cakes, but held it together. I repeat store policy and repeated the written and printed contracts to show we had followed her instructions step by step. After nearly 30 minutes of crying, cursing, and screaming, BB and her party left with the cakes. I closed up and hoped that would be the end of it. Nope. Come Monday, BB has left a nasty review on our Facebook page claiming we were rude and refused service. She also said she paid for delivery, didn't, and was denied. Apparently her party dropped the wedding cake in the parking lot. She went on ranting how her wedding was ruined. It was the worst experience of her life, and we will never see her again. 2 days after the review, the husband came in. He wanted a full refund. This time my manager handled it. She pulled the contracts and read them both out loud to him. They had declined delivery and had signed an agreement stating this. We were not responsible for damages that happen once the cake leaves the store. All sales were final. All of this in print and they had signed it. Husband tried to say that we had overcharged them. My manager just pulled the receipts up on the computer. He stormed out in a huff and also left a very nasty review a couple days later. It is not our fault you decided to ignore the contracts you signed. Did you think we just threw those away? Not how it works. Edit. With weddings, we had a long process to make sure everything was right. My manager and owner was a very organized woman. She had a flavor book, frosting book, decorations book, and etc. Anyone could look at our books and say, I want a chocolate cake with this shade of gold frosting with a bunny on top. It's good that you mentioned the contract and let people sign it, because if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be able to prove your point. I think you can sue them. You have all the evidence that they tried to slander you and your bakery. Take a screenshot, document that review, and sue them for defamation, stress, verbal abuse, and anything else you want to add. You have a written signed contract stating no delivery and receipts, stating you did not charge. Are they writtenly stating that you took a delivery fee and refused it? You have a provable public lie about your business. Sue them. You stand a good chance of winning that lawsuit. Customers like that need to be punished. They have no right to deceive people with their stupid comments. People like that need to be taught how to behave. Sue these bees for their purposeful and publicly trying to damage your business, revenue, and reputation with their provable lies. You must not let this get away. Contact an honor and dignity lawyer with a small package of your contract, Facebook conversations, surveillance footage, and a review. I hope you succeed. So look forward to an update with the continuation of this story. Good luck. The next story is, I don't care what I paid. Tales from a fireworks tent. Light, fuse, and run like hell. Background. I own and operate my own retail store. It's actually a seasonal fireworks tent, but not like any fireworks tent you've seen before. It's 3,200 square feet of fireworks heaven, where the party and the insanity climax at midnight on the 4th of July and New Year's Eve. Story. This has sadly actually happened more than once, but never ceases to amaze me. One afternoon about a week before the 4th of July, I had a lady come in without her receipt asking for a refund. Now, not having a receipt can be a bit problematic, since we always try to throw them something free in with every purchase. We also sell everything, buy one get one free, BOGO, with a few items on special as buy one get two free. That being said, customer satisfaction is my top priority, and I usually do whatever it takes to make them happy. I unbag her items and start ringing in her refund while explaining to her that the items were buy one get one free, with the exception of 3 items that she had that were on a buy one get two free special. When I finished ringing in the items and told her the total, she got very agitated and informed me loudly that I had shortchanged her. She insisted that she had done the math herself and that the refund should have been more than twice what I quoted her. I started going through the items again with her to verify I was doing it correctly. I picked out the first 2 items and told her that this one is buy one get one free for $19.95 and rung up the $19.95 on the register. She stopped me and said, "What about the other one?" I was confused at first, until it dawned on me that she was saying that I needed to ring in both items. I tried to explain to her that since it was buy one get one free, she had only paid for one of the items, and we had given her the other item for free. She shouted at me, "I don't care what I paid, you have to refund me for everything. That's the law." I stopped what I was doing, checked the register receipt from the first time I had rang everything in, and tried to hand her the cash. She refused at first, screaming at me about stealing her money and ripping her off. She swore that she was going to call the police and have me arrested for theft, and that she was going to call the owner to make sure that he personally fired me. I smiled from ear to ear, giving her my best grin F, and told her to have a nice day. She walked out screaming into the sun about how I was going to jail. Edit. I also must give credit to my lovely fiancée for the term grin F. She's mastered the move and will smile from ear to ear, subconsciously willing you to F off, while grinning at you the entire time. I don't understand why anyone would try to fool someone who has so many rockets and other explosive items at hand. Hahaha. Also, you can check everything she says by looking in your computer database, but you don't have to pay her back for the free stuff. Why would she think that? It seems to me that you could have denied her a refund because she didn't have a receipt. Well, for being an A, really, but technically we're talking about a receipt. Come back with the receipt and we'll give you a refund. I need proof that you bought it from us. Either way, you weren't going to get a satisfied customer. Maybe that would be her business plan? Her quick enrichment scheme. Buy one and get the other for free. Return both for full price. Buy 2 more, get 2 more free. Return all 4 at full price. Repeat until you become a millionaire. Maybe she's not as dumb as we thought. The last story is, you're really lucky, kid. If we were anywhere else. M is me. OM is old man. OW is old woman. I work in a small hardware store, and we offer a window screen and repair and construction service. I've been doing it almost 2 years now and have a good reputation. An older couple came in, probably late 60s, and asked me to build them a window screen. No problem, except they wanted me to make it with aluminum screening. I've had no luck fitting a screen with aluminum because it breaks when you roll it into the grooves, so I generally refused to do it, and I told them this, but they insisted on it being made of aluminum, so I agreed to give it a try with no guarantees. It would also be a week before I could get the material, because someone recently bought the whole roll of that size. I took their info and told them to come in the day after we got the delivery. So a week later they come into the store. OM, where's our screen? Notice the lack of a question mark. M, I haven't gotten it yet, sir. We're still putting away our delivery. I'll get started on it as soon as I can, and I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. OM, well, why not? It's been a week. M, because we just got our delivery today, and I haven't finished stocking the store. I told you it wouldn't be ready until tomorrow. He and his wife huffed and amazingly left. I got around to working on it a couple hours later and quickly realized I was right. I wouldn't be able to make their screen. I even tried 3 times for them, wasting materials. I ended up with an intact screen that had 4 or 5 small spots around the edge that were ripped. Aesthetically, they'd never be noticed, but there's technically still a hole there. I called them and told them about the situation. They said they'd be there in a minute to fix the problem for me. I knew immediately this was going to be an ordeal. They walk in the door and OM immediately starts yelling at the owner, who had nothing to do with it. I didn't make out what they were saying. I was on the other side of the store, but I knew exactly who it was. I walk up to them. M, hey, is everything okay? OM, my wife is saying you, points finger at me, called her saying you suck at your job and can't build our screen. We've been waiting a week. M, okay sir, I'll do what I can to help you, but you're gonna have to calm down some. When you dropped it off, I told you I probably wasn't gonna be able to do it. Here's the best I could do for you. OW, it's your technique that's the problem. I watched a YouTube video about it this morning and did one myself earlier. Note they hadn't purchased any screening from us. We didn't even have it in stock, and we're one of the few places around that you can get this specific screen. I'm pretty done with their attitude at this point. M politely, no snideness. Well, since you seem to be more talented than I am, I'd be happy to tear this one down and sell you the empty frame so you can put it in yourself. OM, oh, well hold on now. Inspects screen and grudgingly asks how much for it. M, well since it's not perfect, I'll only charge you for the material used on the screen. No labor. I just wanted them gone. OM, fine. Under his breath, effing fool. This really irked me, which led to what is considered an explosion for me. I'm extremely mild-mannered. At the checkout, M, your total is money. OM, should be free. M, well it's not, sir. OM getting super angry again. You got a lot of nerve, you know that? M, oh yeah, definitely. Your total is money, cash or card. OM, you're D-lucky, kid. If we were anywhere else right now? At this point, I stopped the transaction and just looked at him for a couple of seconds. M, did you just threaten me? He shrugged and gave me a what can I say kind of look, so I avoided the sale and broke his newly made screen right in front of him, then told them to leave. OM and W, oh what the hell? Me, get out of my store. OW, you need to learn some respect. OM, F this place and F you and F your business. F your attitude and F your face. I didn't reply but wanted so badly to say, well F you too and that horse you rode in on. But you know, responsible adult. I've never been threatened at work before and it kind of threw me off. The owner watched it all. He lets me handle any situations because I'm very cool and collected while he has some temper problems. And after they left, we had a good laugh about how I broke the screen. All in all, we probably lost about $10 in materials, so it was totally worth it. I love my boss. I don't really know how you keep your cool. I'm generally a very calm guy, but the attitude of these people is incredibly awful. I probably would have snapped earlier when they first got here. I love it when they brag about how easy it was to make on their own, but then they still want the product or service, even though apparently they already have it. If you already have that product, why do you want to buy another one? Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and have a good day.